So we'll be covering SAP Security, which is completely on the S4 HANA platform. So before using this word S4 HANA platform, let me explain you. The current version in SAP is going on S4 HANA. Previously it was in ECC. Okay, so there is a upgrade in the version. Now in the market it is being S4 HANA. So don't get confused now what is S4 HANA or ECC. You'll get to know once you'll see the screen, and once you'll go through the couple of sessions, you'll quite get understand what is S4 HANA, what is ECC and all that. Okay. So SAP is an ERP product. Okay. So SAP is an ERP product. Since people are not much, SAP in ERP, there are many products are there. Okay. So SAP is one of them. Okay. So SAP is one of the product which is now widely used, across the world. I would say like, most of the company they are using now SAP. So it is one of the product in ERP. There are many other products like what I'll say Oracle, PeopleSoft, all that. There are many products. So what is the advantage? Why in this ERP product? Why is SAP so demand compared to other? Because previously, if you see in many companies, Oracle server being used. Okay, why they come to SAP? Why companies are preferring SAP? The reason behind Oracle and other products are mainly focusing, finance areas. So if a company will install, what I'll say, Oracle, then it was mostly, focusing on the finance part. Okay, but whereas SAP is a ready-made product. It's a ready-made product. Why I'm saying product? So why I'm saying product? Because it is a full ready-made product. Why I'm saying product? Because it is covering, or it is supporting, or it is giving a support to the business in every areas. Every area in the sense, suppose assume one factory is there, okay, or one plant is there. So in that factory, in that plant, there is some construction work is going on, or some manufacturing work is going on. Suppose in a plant, they are producing some iron material. Okay, they are manufacturing some iron material. So of course in that plant they will be using material management, because they have some execution of material things. So they are purchasing material, they're manufacturing that. Some sales order department will be there, who will be selling, who will be purchasing, who will be doing some transaction, all that. Some transport section will be there, who will be delivering the products, who will be getting that product from some other areas. So there are many different sections are uh, there in that plant, or in that industry, or that manufacturing company, all that. Okay, so here SAP, what it does, it's not only supporting finance, or not only supporting HR. It covers everything. In SAP, there are huge modules are there. Module in the sense different areas. Different area means material management, finance, HR, CRM, procure to pay, sales and distribution. All these things SAP has the capacity to you know make their business to digital transformation. Okay, why I use this word digital transformation? Means suppose they are using in a different legacy system, or they are using non-SAP system. So SAP has the capacity to convert them, to implement that each and every areas or module. If we use the terminology in SAP module, we can cover their business through SAP. Means SAP has the ready-made product who has the capacity to, make implement on finance area, make implement on area, CRM area, all this area we can cover. So that is why it is, that's why I call it a product. Okay, so this kind of basic understanding you should have. That is why we call it a product. Okay, so as we know, SAP full forms, SAP stands for application products in data processing. So uh, it's the full form, like application products and data processing. So why it's basically it's a German product. Okay, so in Germany it is being started. Uh, Four IBM ex colleague were there. I'm just trying to give a basic understanding about what is SAP and how is SAP. So there are four colleagues in IBM company who in Germany. So they invented this product. Okay, so it is something around founded on 1972. Okay, so this is how SAP works. Okay, this is how SAP uh, you know called a product. That is why SAP is now there's uh, demand. So because it is the capability to what I'll say, to cover the business in every corner. Okay, so that is why companies are now preferring SAP to go here, and it has the capacity to cover everything. Since it's a ready-made product, just install it. While I'm using the word just, don't think that we'll simply plug and play. No, it is a ready-made product, because when there is a big business or there is a big industry. So my mean to say that just install and use means, since it's a ready-made product, the enhancement part or the upgrade part or any kind of upgradation or enhancement, any kind of adding something, it's very rare, because SAP has designed this product in such a way, it is mostly covering whatever the standard development being done by SAP. It is such a beauty that you know most of the areas it is getting covered. So you have very less opportunity to enhancement, in the sense less opportunity in the enhancement. Why I use this sentence? Because since it is SAP standard deliver is covering many things, you don't go to enhance this thing or that thing after implements. No, there are many things already there. Only few customization you need to do. So, for an example, suppose your business will say that uh, we want to change this logo, or we want to add this business process, or we want to add this field, because our local business is saying that they want to add this, for an example, in a input screen they want to use PAN number as well as Aadhaar card number and their village name. Suppose we have country name, so they want to eat their village name, so there we will be adding a village field called village name. So by modifying the coding, will be doing, or some enhancement they want in the screen. Suppose in finance area they want to add this, suppose bank account number is there, they also want to add one field is business partner number or credit card number, like this. So there are very less enhancement scope, because it's a very much well designed product. Okay, so that is why it is I was using it's install and use, because most it covering many things. Okay, so as I mentioned in the beginning, my session will be more into practical. Okay, I'll show you everything in the screen, so that you will be you know uh, in a month session you will be more ready to work on the system. You will be more confident to handle the system. Or okay, so SAP stand for SAP system applications and products in data process. Okay, okay. So this is all about SAP. What I mentioned the content that SAP introduction. Okay, so where it is. Now coming to the topic why SAP security is in high demand nowadays. Okay. On that beginning session also I had told you why this SAP security is in high demand. Because when SAP came to the market at that time, SAP didn't realize that SAP security has such a huge scope. So as I mentioned also earlier, initially there is a model called SAP Basis. Okay, so write it down here. So SAP modules. Okay, so SAP ABAP. This is the programming module. Means through this SAP ABAP module, it's a module. Okay, so I'm not writing here SAP. So under this SAP, these are the module, different module. I'm saying ABAP. ABAP is your technical module. Okay, module through which programming or coding activity perform. Okay. Now another module is basis. Okay, technical module. So in this basis technical module, what we do? System configuration, systems. What system setup. SAP system means let me recorrect it. SAP system. Okay, I'm referring SAP system. This SAP system installation, setup, configuration, upgrade, enhance. Okay. So these are the terminology I wrote here. Under this, there are many things are there. So what above people do? They write the coding or they write the programming. If they any kind of modification and any kind of customizing required, so business will propose, and based on that we will use the ABAP resource. So there is mandatory resource. ABAP is also mandatory resource. Whenever any implementation happens in any organization, so ABAP should be there. Along with that, basis also mandatory, because basis is the person after all discussion, after all finalization, when it everything finalized, then basis is the person who will install the box. Means based on the business proposal on that. So basis is the person, basis team is the person who will be installing the SAP software, who will be doing all kind of setup, who will be doing all kind of configuration. Okay, so then only other things can be done, right? ABAP coding can be done, or SAP security team can be do the setup, all that. So basis is the first thing who will be installing the software, who will be making ready the system ready. Okay, after that we will be using then SAP security. Okay, so security is also a technical module. Okay, so in this technical module we know what are the activity will be performing, all that. Okay, so that will be discussed. So apart from that, what are the other modules, like some functional module? If I'll talk about functional module, It is okay, sorry, so it is called material management. Okay, then you have FICO, finance, finance and controlling. Okay, then we have SD, sales and distribution. Okay, then you have CRM. There are many modules here. There are many modules here. Okay, so whatever I'm getting recall, just I'm writing you for your understanding. You can explore all this. Okay, it is custom relationship management. Okay, so FICO, SD, and nowadays what I'll say, um, BW, business warehouse, then HR, HR full form, human research. So all these things can be digitalized through SAP. So this is the different functional module. Okay, so only in ABAP area, okay, will be doing the coding. Apart from other modules, no coding is there. Okay, basis all our configuration, all our software system readiness, system setup, all this. Okay, so these will be covered in basis. Security, what will do, each and every module will be securing the system. So what I was telling, that when SAP came to the picture, at that time SAP didn't realize that SAP security is a huge, you know responsible, huge, vast area. So initially what was doing, this basis guy who will be installing the software, they were also doing this SAP security activity, because initially SAP realized that, okay, we'll install the software, we'll install the SAP, and we'll be only doing this. We'll create the user ID, we'll set up the password, we'll assign some role, and we'll grant the user so that they can do the activity. Okay, but later point, because there are many fraud happen. Okay, in the year of 2000. Okay, these are my other modules sessions. In the year of 2000, okay, in USA there are big fraud happened. These three company might have heard: Enron, Lehman Brothers, JP Morgan. They faced a huge financial fraud. Okay, huge financial fraud. Okay, because of this SODs issues. Means till that time SAP never realized that SAP security is a very crucial thing. So they just created, they granted the access basis people, and business was running. But you see, commit was set up a 300 leadership Saravanan organization. Root cause was financial fraud. Okay, these companies, okay, these three companies got shut down due to the financial fraud. Fraud in a sense. Suppose for an example, I'm a user of one company. Assume one bank or assume one industry. Okay, I have the access to sell the product. Along with that, I have the access to receive the money. Along with that, I have the access, to export the product, to import the product. I have also access to release the product to other vendor. I have also access to receive the money from other vendors also. So that means maximum control I have in my hand. Okay. Similarly, if there are 2000 employee in the company, they have wide access to each other's activity, or they have wide access to the organization activity. So out of 100, there are chances that out of 100 employees, maybe 5 employees can do a fraud, either intentionally or by mistake. Okay, that means, suppose, okay, suppose you, what you did, suppose your plant. is manufacturing something, what, like, some iron metal or any kind of product. So you are the person to only deliver the items to customer, and the financial part or the money reception or the money receiving money is the other department. You will dispatch the product based on the business order or based on the requirement. You will dispatch the order to the customer, but the money will be received by other member who is designated for that. But unfortunately, you have wide access. What happened? You only release the amount. You only release the product to the vendor or to customer. Parallelly, you also received. Okay. So in this way, what happened? You can do some bypass because there is no segregation. I am the whole and soul. I am doing everything. Similarly, other 100 employees also they are doing this kind of activity. So who is going to track all this, right? Everything cannot be tracked, right? So there this mishappening happened. There this financial fraud happened. That is why Lehman Brothers Bank, which is leading bank in US, that is also got fraud. Okay, because they gave many loans to the user. They didn't have a proper plan to return back. People saying that, oh, take my home. I am not able to refund the money. This way, this is got fraud because there is no control. Okay, because they are also using SAP. Okay, so the point to say that until unless you will not be segregating the access, until unless you don't have the control on your access, you will not able to make your system risk free, violation free, or threat free. Okay, so that is the purpose. SAP realized, no, though I am constructing a very good house, or though I am any company will realize that, okay, I have made this car very beautiful. If I'm not able to secure, then no. So that is why SAP realized that, no, we need to implement the security in each and every module, in each and every area in the grassroots level. Then only we can secure the system. Okay, because in the organization who is doing what, we don't know. So that is why SAP is nowadays huge demand everywhere. SAP security positions or SAP GIC position is huge because every module nowadays is separate security consultant. Every module. You take it SAP Security, S/4HANA Security, SAP BW Security, SAP CRM Security, SAP Portal Security, SAP IDM Security, SAP BOBJ Security, SAP Bot Security, PIPO Security, Bot Security. There are different, SAP Fiori Security, different areas security consultant is nowadays required. That is why I mentioned this line item. Why SAP Security in high demand? Okay. Now coming to our topics. Okay, now coming to our technical topic. So I'm not designing on all that. I'm just simply writing the notepad because if we do all this kind of design box and all that, it will take time. Okay, so SAP, if I'll talk about the technical things, so SAP as a product wise, SAP follows some path or some landscape. SAP has the landscape. Okay, so what is this landscape? Development. This wording is common to in every software. I believe you'll understand. Okay. Develop system, develop. Okay. Okay, then we have quality. Okay, when a SAP implementation happen, see, in the beginning we'll not go through much into SAP implementation stuff. I'll discuss in later part. Once you'll get little idea on SAP, that at that time we'll get to understand how this implementation have happen or all this. So I believe I have mentioned the down. Yeah, I have mentioned that SAP security implementation basic discussion will do. Okay, so how this happens? Uh, so similarly, SAP also uses this development, quality, and production. Many company who implement also they use this pre-production, pre-production. Okay. So what is development? So in this development system, we do all kind of configuration. Means configuration means cost. When SAP decided this, okay, we'll be setting up this environment or landscape means development, quality, and production. Forget now pre-production. Okay, you'll be confused. So as development, quality, and production. So when we go to one business who tells that we want to implement SAP, okay, first what we understand from them, what kind of business they are using, because they are not using SAP, maybe they are using other software. So what we'll try to understand, we'll try to understand when we'll visit a team to them, the client side, we'll try to understand that what are the business areas that they are using. Why I use this word business area? That means what kind of areas we need to correlate with SAP. Suppose in their terminology they are using the business area that okay they are doing some transaction on the material things. So then we'll assume okay this is part of material management. We'll try to understand what they are doing activity in material areas. In their terminology it is business area. So they will say that in our business we will be doing this material or this material purchasing, selling, exporting. Then we'll, after understanding their business, we'll consider that okay this is, we can consider this area as material management. Okay, that is why there is a wording being used at the time of implementation: business requirement gathering and converting that business requirement to technical. Means what? We'll understand their business and we'll correlate to SAP. Okay, after understanding this area of business on this company, this is relevant to SAP material management module in our SAP. We'll assume that okay, this is related to SAP material management. Then what happens? There will be MM consultant. Okay, SAP MM consultant will be there, who will be dealing all this because it is related to material management. He will deal all this. He will sit with that their business. He will try to understand business. He will gather the requirement and he will convert that requirement to SAP MM areas. Then only he will prepare the blueprint. Okay, they have this. We have to convert this from their business areas to, we have to convert this items to SAP MM area. He will prepare a proposal or blueprint kind of thing and he will present to in front of the final discussion. Similarly, finance consultant will do. Similarly, SD, CRM, BW, HR. Then above team will say to them, he will try to understand what is their IT infrastructure, what they have, what they want. Then basis team, he will sit with them. He will try to understand. Okay, though they are using SAP or non-SAP, whatever they are using other software, or they are totally not using any IT things. They are simply going on the normal things. They're using a paper and pen. So the base system will try to understand okay what are the things you want to install all this. Okay, if they are using other IT software, then base system will sit with them and they will try to understand okay what software you are using, how many system you have, how many end users you have. All this, after deciding all this, then SAP basis consultant will realize this okay, we'll install this as for HANA system. This uh, things are there in their box, or as of now they're using this area, they have this many users. We'll try to install this two server or three server, all this, or how many work process will define based on the users head count. That is basis will decide. Now coming to the security picture. Security will understand after all this function and all that finalize, then security will enter. Security will understand okay how many modules this organization or this plant is going to implement in the box. It is finalized okay this FICO, SD, CRM, BW, HR, um, or BW is going to implement in their box based on the business existing business. Then SAP security team will discuss with the functional team, business team, all this, what will be their positions, because is decided, will be implemented or FICO will be implemented, but how many position will be there? Position means job position. I'm referring to job position. Suppose you are accountant, so that is a job position. You are a housekeeper, that's a job position. Okay, you are a desktop, you are a receptionist in the desktop. Okay, that's a job position. So In this way, SAP Security will identify, will put a proposal, or will try to get the information. What are the different positions will be there in each module? Each module in the sense, because in MM, who will be the MM manager, who will be the MM consultant, who will be the MM end user, who will be dealing with that different end user activity. So all these stuffs, security team is going to collect job person based on that job. Security team will prepare a blueprint. Okay. Along with that, we do have many configuration theme that we'll discuss later. The later session you will confuse. I've mentioned here SU21, SU2. All this part of implementation will be doing all this. Okay. But now I'm discussing how we'll face the implementation and how we'll gather the account because you are new to SAP. So in this way, we'll propose to the business, okay, you are going to implement these many modules, and after discussing, these are the proposed, job positions on MM. These are 100 job positions. In FICO, there are 80 job positions. BW, there are 75 job positions. Based on that, we'll propose to business. Based on that, we'll design a role. Based on that, we'll decide our access. Based on that, we will segregate the access. So along with that SAP security, we should have also some understanding of functional knowledge, business knowledge. But it's not really mandatory that we should have business or functional knowledge. But as I mentioned very clearly, it is not mandatory. But if you have that, how this business work, how the flow, it will be easy to go to that level of question. Means you can easily catch. Okay, but it's really not mandatory. You can easily take it up. So now coming to the landscape. So as I discussed, like what above team will do, basis team will do, how security team will do, MM team will do, finance concern will do. After gathering everything, after proposing the blueprint, after proposing everything in front of the business, things is finalized. Okay, after things is finalized, after converting that business to you know SAP technical requirement, converting to SAP terminology, when the final blueprint will be prepared or proposal document will be, if it is went through everything well, then it's approved. Then we will start the development. Okay, we'll start the development. This is the box, development box. Basis team first, they will ready this SAP development box. After installing the product, after installing the product, means configuration system, they will install the product. Means they will ready the development box. Then they will say a go green. Okay, SAP development box is ready. Team, go ahead and start your configuration or setup everything. Means what? Once the SAP development box ready, we got a confirmation from base system that box is ready. Then what we'll do? We at the SCP security person will come to the picture after basis, implement the system. What we will design the different role. We'll be creating the different user ID in the box. We'll doing this configuration in the box. Okay, after basis implementation done, we'll be configuring this box. Okay, SU21, SU22, SU24, SU24, all this. We'll be designing the roles here. We'll be designing the roles. Okay, we'll be designing the roles. We'll be creating the roles. Okay, different users, different access will be creating the roles. Okay, these functional guys, whoever the functional MM, will be creating the users for MM, FICO, SD. Different role will create and grant them. Then they will start implementing the business in that development box. They will be starting configuration. MM people do their configuration. FICO, SD, all they will do the configuration. Above team will start doing the coding based on the business requirement, all that. Okay, so in the development, all kind of configuration, all kind of setup, configuration, installation. Okay, all R&D, analysis will be done in this development. Once we realize that yes, everything is properly implemented, everything is working fine, we implemented everything, all were done. Then what we'll do in a development box? FUT. FUT means functional unit testing. Before that, what we'll do? I missed it. After our development is done, all the setup is done, what we'll do? SIT. It is called system integration testing. Okay, in development box we'll do SIT, system integration testing, and FUT. Now coming to what is SIT. So basis installed, above did their coding, security completed their stuff. Then this functional module also they did their configuration everything. Then we'll do a SIT, system integration testing, means basis and security and above with these three team. We'll do a system integration testing where we'll check all the system is and all the component in this SAP system, whatever being implemented is running and properly or not. That will check. Means whatever the role we have designed, it looks fine or not. Basis will check whatever the conflicts and implementation they have done, it is working properly or not. Above team will check whatever the coding they have done, that is working on properly or not. All this kind of system related system integration testing will doing, and will do a go green screen signal to this functionality. Okay, guys, do start your FUT, functional unit testing. So all this functional module guys or other modules whatever implemented in box, they will start using the things. Means whatever the things they have implemented or whatever the FICO thing they have implemented in the box, they will do start testing it. There itself, they are the functional module, they will start testing it whether that they're working fine or not. Then in that FUT, they may reach out to us or they may reach out to basis that, or they may reach out to ever, okay, we want this modification. Then they can reach out to security. Hey, when I'm trying to execute this ticket, I'm not getting access. Kindly add this ticket to this job person because this job person or this job person need this access. But if people only give this 10 transactions, but this job person need this 12 transaction. Rest two transactions you need to add. Then you will realize you sit with them at the time of development or implementation. You need to sit with them. Okay, the job person is a accountant. As per our finalized role matrix, it is saying that 10 T code will be there. Why we're asking two T codes? Because since we are the security consultant, we need to always put a cross question to them because system security, system, balance, all are in our hand. We need to make secure. So we need to do a conversation with them. Why you need this two additional T code? Then they need to justify. No, no. In the initial proposal, we propose this 10 T code, but after doing multiple testing, we are realizing that no, for this job position, we need this 12 T codes. Okay, then you will be adding this two ticket to the pool. They may reach out, no, we want this custom ticket. We don't want to use this standard ticket. It is providing wide access. We want to create a custom. Then we'll ask them functional team, okay, propose to create a custom ticket to the above team. Above team will do the custom ticket. After that, you hand over to this ticket to us. We'll do all our configuration, all our modification that I'll show you. So in this way, this development phase happens in the time of implementation. This development phase happens. Okay, so we will be doing everything configuration, functional team. So in the development phase, all the kind of technical stuff and functional stuff will be going. Okay, we at the vendor resource will be doing everything. Okay, assume there is a client JP Morgan and the vendor is IBM. Okay, so all this kind of development kind of thing, mostly this IBM as a vendor, technical vendor, they will be doing. Okay, so once development phase will be done, okay, then we'll move these changes to this quality box. In SAP terminology, there is a term called TMS. Okay, transport, uh, transport management system. So means what? Means what? Whatever the changes or whatever the configuration, whatever the setup we did in development makes through this TMS concept, we'll be moving from development to quality and quality to production. Okay. So that means once we developed everything in development in SAP, we have a scope. We can transport these changes to quality box. We are not doing anything manually because everything is a audit concern. Okay. So we did everything. Okay. Before that, I mentioned one thing. We have a box also, sandbox. It's called sandbox. Okay. Before development, sandbox is something, the word itself means sandbox. Mean because every R&D, every configuration we can do it here. Before doing it here in this development, we can do it here also in sandbox. Okay. Sandbox is nothing, kind of what I'll say, installation, implementation, configuration, R&D, play around, training, all this kind of thing. We are the technical team will be doing here. Then we realize that okay, we are done here. Then we can do this setup in development. From sandbox to development, we never do any transport. Whatever you do in sandbox, we'll do same manually in development. Okay. So, but if we talk about SCP landscape, then we have this primary three landscape: development, quality, and production. Okay. So after we did everything in development, then we'll move these changes to quality and production. Initially, we'll move to quality. After quality confirmation, everything, then we'll move to later part on production. So that is why when SAP implementation happens, usually it takes 1 year or 2 years or 2.5 years based on the business capacity of that organization. If he has a huge business, then it may take 2 years or 3 years. Okay. So how will move these changes to quality? It is called TMS, Transport Management System. It is there is a concept of transport request. Through a transport request, we can move these changes to quality and production. So first we'll move these changes to quality. Then in this quality, what happens? UAT. UAT means user user acceptance testing. Means suppose in your organization you have 2000 end users are there. Okay. So out of these 2000 users, your business will decide, okay, out of these 2000 users, from every module, we are going to give you the tester of 10 testers who will be doing the testing. Okay. Once the changes will move to quality, then UAT test will be happening. Means user acceptance will be tested. So that means from the user side, from the business side, business will do the testing, complete end-to-end testing. They will, okay, users from different module, they will do the testing. Means based on the job position, they will perform their activity. Okay. If they are completely new to the SAP, then from our team, from the vendor side, some of the team will go to their client side or virtual. They will give them training how to use SAP, what is SAP screen, how then to log into the SAP. All kind of a initial training session will be happen. You know, after this development happen, the beginning phase of quality, like with the vendor resource, we'll give them training. If they are completely new, we'll be giving them training how to use SAP, how to log into SAP system. All that we'll be giving the training to them. Okay. Then they will start using the UAT, user acceptance testing. For example, I'm a manager, finance manager. Previously I was using my different software or non SAP product. Then I know my screen, how to enter the data, how to approve the request, all that. But when the screen got changed to SAP or complete software got changed to SAP, you'll be confused how to do all that. So once we give the training to them, they will start using. Suppose one manager want to approve one leave request, how will he do that? So he will go to his SAP screen, he will try to click on approve, whether he is able to approve or not, or what is the error he is facing while doing his UAT testing. He will face all this and he will reach out to a different team. Suppose he is finding that he's saying that when I'm clicking on that approve button, I'm not able to approve, I'm getting an error that you are not authorized. Then he will reach out to security that I'm not able to approve. Okay. So in this way, we'll fix the issue in UAT. So that is why this development and quality is mostly the configuration thing. Whatever the new things will be coming, we'll be configuring, we'll be setting it up. Okay, because in production we don't touch anything. So if user say that no, I'm not getting this access, proper access in UAT, then what we'll do, we'll go to development box, we'll modify that role again, we'll transport it to quality and we'll grant that access to user and we'll say that okay, retest again. So in this way, all this kind of R&D and everything will happen. This all almost 1.5 year, 2 year, we'll do all this. Then we'll finalize the system. Once all UAT everything is green or everything is perfect, then business will approve to move this changes to production. Okay, then we'll move these changes to production. That is called go live. Go live means production go live. So that is a very sensitive that production go live means everything. If you are successful in quality, then we'll move these changes to production. Then once they all the data, all the configuration, all the setup come to production, then we'll say that okay, SAP system is live now. So SAP production system is live now. So that means we'll declare at that time, okay, SAP is now live on their box, live in their organization. Now they are using SAP. Okay. So in this way, this implementation phase or this configuration phase happens. Okay.